If you're a woman in your 30s or 40s, you may be wondering why you haven't found a husband yet. You've tried everything from dating to friendships, but nothing seems to work out. You're starting to feel like you're running out of time, and that maybe love just isn't for you. But what if I told you that there are reasons why you haven't found a husband yet? So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. You are still hanging out with the wrong person. Believe it or not, being with the wrong person can also prevent you from meeting the right person. Sometimes God wouldn't bring you a soulmate until you've left the wrong people. The devil has the ability to send the wrong people into your life to keep wasting your time. For instance, imagine you're 25 years old, full of dreams and aspirations, but you find yourself stuck in a relationship that's going nowhere. You've invested 10 years of your life with someone who keeps wasting your time, making empty promises of marriage without ever taking the necessary steps. Here's the problem. If they happen to leave you without getting married to you, you would have lost 10 years of your life waiting for a spouse. Let's face it, if a man has been wasting your time for 10 years, repeatedly pledging marriage but never taking action, it's clear that he sees you as just one of his options. You deserve more than half-hearted commitments and vague visions of the future. This isn't to say that you should rush a man into marrying you, but you have every right to ask where this relationship is truly leading. If he can't provide a clear vision or commitment, it's time to gather your strength and walk away. You see, by holding on to someone who keeps taking you in circles, you're denying yourself the chance to meet your kingdom spouse. Remember, time wasted can never be reclaimed. Each passing year is a chapter of your life lost forever. Don't allow yourself to become a supporting character in someone else's narrative, especially when your own destiny is waiting to unfold. Number 2. Putting too much pressure on finding the one. In our search for love, we sometimes become consumed by the idea of finding the one as quickly as possible. But let me share a little secret with you. Desperation for marriage is one of the worst mistakes you can ever make as a woman. Putting too much pressure on yourself to find a husband can actually make it harder to find one. It's important to take a step back and focus on living your best life, pursuing your passions, and building your friendships. No matter how difficult it is being single, never act desperate around a man. Men can smell desperation easily. You have a worth, and your worth is not based on being married. Even when you see other people getting married, that alone shouldn't make you feel like you are missing out. Everyone's journey is different, and this season of singleness holds incredible potential. Use it to build and equip yourself for the person you will one day marry. You see, when God made Adam, Adam got busy with his God-given responsibilities. Then Eve came along. When you become desperate, you will do things without thinking, even if it means compromising on your standards, and you will end up settling for just anything. Use your single years to build and equip yourself for the man you will marry. Remember the golden commandment of love. Thou shalt not act desperate. Number 3. You're ruining your own chances. Listen, there's a secret that men won't tell you, but it's time you heard it. When a man approaches you, he begins to construct a mental image of who he expects you to be. He instantly categorizes you into one of the following categories: a wife material, or someone he can simply fool around with. It's a subconscious assessment that happens within seconds. But here's the thing. A man's level of respect for you will only be determined by how you present yourself. That is, a man will only respect based on how you carry yourself. If you act cheap, allowing yourself to be undervalued, guess what? He'll treat you exactly that way. But if you carry yourself as a high-value woman, he'll be forced to see you differently. The truth is, your character plays a massive role in determining how a man treats you. If you're arrogant, rude, or carry yourself cheaply, a man might not tell you, but he'll silently dismiss the idea of ever making you his future wife. The problem is this. You might not know that he no longer intends to go ahead with you. He might stay silent because of other so-called benefits he is getting from you. But at the back of his mind, he clearly knows he will never marry you. To make matters worse, you might still remain committed to him thinking he is still with you, whereas his mind had left you a long time ago. A real breakup doesn't happen on the day a man leaves you. A real breakup happens when a man no longer envisions himself with you in the future. And this happens in his mind. If there's one lesson I'll teach you today is this. Mind how you carry yourself. Number 4. Unrealistic expectations. When God created man and woman, He intended for us to use His standards in choosing our spouses. But in recent times, we witness a disturbing trend where some women harbor unrealistic expectations, placing material possessions above genuine qualities that truly matter. They seek a man with a six-figure salary instead of a good man with good qualities. But let me ask you this. Is love really about the money? Or is it about the qualities? We live in a world where some women would rather choose a man who appears wealthy, but lacks integrity and good character. She would rather be stuck with an abusive, unfaithful man with a luxurious car, rather than a faithful, hard-working man who works tirelessly and will make a great father and a husband to her kids. Don't get me wrong. Mind you, I'm not speaking of all women. I'm speaking of certain types of women. But let's be honest. Even when they come in contact with a good and well-behaved man, they'd rather go for the one who is impossible to control, one who will always put her in pain. As the saying goes, if love is blind, marriage will open your eyes. Number 5. You're not ready for a relationship. Getting married isn't just about the glamour of the wedding day. It's about staying strong in a lifelong commitment. Think about it. Are you mentally and emotionally prepared to navigate the complexities of sharing your life with someone else? Can you handle the pressure and responsibility of submitting to another person's authority, knowing that certain things might change? It's not about rushing, but rather about being prepared. If you're still finding your place in life, don't rush into a relationship just yet. Focus on personal growth and developing yourself. Seek out opportunities to gain experience and become financially independent. You still have a lot of things to sort out, not only to support yourself, but also to contribute to your future family. An idle wife is a nagging wife, because when you are idle, you will have all the time in the world to nag. But when you're busy fulfilling your dreams and passions, you won't have time to nag. Take this time to prepare, explore your dreams, and uncover your true self. Number 6. Spiritual affliction. Marriage is an institution set by God, and just like any other aspect of our lives, it can be influenced by spiritual forces. The devil, our enemy, can manipulate people and situations to delay our blessings. He can make it so that the people we meet don't see the beauty in us, or he can make us overlook the person who is meant to be our partner. It's not always easy to tell, but there are some signs to look out for. Are you constantly attracting the wrong type of person? Are you experiencing a lot of heartbreak and disappointment in your relationships? Or perhaps when you get engaged, the wedding gets canceled? These could all be signs of spiritual affliction. Now, I'm not saying that this is the case for everyone, but there are many instances where spiritual afflictions are the root cause of relationship struggles. First and foremost, you need to pray. You need to ask God to reveal any spiritual affliction in your life and to deliver you from it. You also need to be intentional about the people you surround yourself with. It's not easy to navigate the spiritual world, but with faith and perseverance, we can overcome any obstacle that comes our way. Don't give up hope, and remember that God has a plan for your life. Your soulmate is out there, and with God's help, you will find them. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. If you love our videos, please feel free to subscribe to our channel.